Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat with Go Travel. I'm one of your hosts, Julia, and I'm joined here by Bob Cook. Hey, Bob.
Hi, all. How are you?
And today we're also joined by Christina from Celebrity Cruises, who is going to introduce us to Celebrity Beyond. How's it going, Christina?
It's going great. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Well, let's do a little teaser to see what we're going to be learning about today.
Excellent.
Industry. And she's going to be sailing on the Beyond this summer. Wonderful.
Well, go ahead, Christina. Let's just jump right into it. Tell us about it.
The Beyond is absolutely just that, Beyond. I mean, I don't know about you, but it gives me goosebumps when I listen and watch that video because I'm so excited for the newest and third Edge series ship to finally join our family in just a few short months this April.
Yes.
We've been hearing so much about it. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Well, I was just going to say, we've been hearing a lot about it, but not a lot about it. COVID has put a lot of kibosh on cruise news, on good cruise news getting out. But I know this is the third ship in the series. I've been on the Edge. I've been on the Apex. Love the Edge. Love the Apex. But I understand that you've gone back to the drawing board with a lot of the original designers and done a lot of changes for the Beyond to make it even stand out even more. Can you talk a little bit about that with what we're going to see?
Absolutely. So at the beginning of that video, you saw our four main designers and architects that we work with: Kelly Hoppin, Nate Burkus, just to name a few. And we went back to them and said, let's see how we can continue to enhance Beyond and meet guest and customer experience. And we did just that.
Well, I know there's a couple of different areas that we're talking about. First off, why don't you talk about where we're sailing, where you're going to now, and what you have back?
Absolutely. So we've been sailing successfully since June of 2021, really leading the industry back, not only as a big milestone for Celebrity Cruises, but for the entire cruise industry. So we currently have 11 of our 14 ships, 15 with Beyond coming in April. So that's an incredible milestone for us, with 8 sailing just in the Caribbean here, and all 3 of our Galapagos ships back in service as well.
And you're still, you're sailing, I know, still at limited capacity, correct?
Yes. Absolutely. We want to make sure that the health and safety of our guests and crew are at top of mind, and we know that that's a concern. So yes, we are sailing at reduced capacities now.
Well, I think we're ready. Why don't we take a look beyond?
Yes.
Well, I think you have a few more questions, Bob, before we get into that.
Of course
little
I do.
preview.
Yes, I always do have a few more questions. I notice on the screen before, a lot of people don't realize Celebrity also goes to the Galapagos. I'm going to just throw that in, even though this is about the Beyond. Celebrity does go to the Galapagos, and you go full force in the Galapagos. Any special tips about the Galapagos, like book early? And how are the bookings going for the Galapagos?
Galapagos is an absolutely amazing product, and it's such a unique experience because it is exotic, because it is a national place within Ecuador. They monitor how many people actually can visit this national park throughout the year. So what's really unique is that it's a small ship and luxury experience. We have 3 ships, 16, 48, and 100 passengers. So if you're really looking for that small luxury boutique style, the Celebrity Flora was the first purpose-built ship for the Galapagos, and really is an all-inclusive and all-exclusive journey through the Galapagos.
And overall, Celebrity and for the Galapagos, the one thing we get a lot of questions is how family friendly is Celebrity?
Celebrity is Celebrity is absolutely family friendly. We welcome families. We have incredible Camp at Sea programs, really encouraging STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So really putting that focus on children and learning.
Great.
Okay, now let's take a little tour. I think, Christina, you're going to walk us through the ship as we kind of virtually kind of fly through. So Bob and Christina, give us your comments.
Sure
Absolutely.
will. You know that. Well, basically, we're showing the differences, correct, between what
That's
has
correct.
been and what is.
Yeah, so beyond is more space. We've added a deck. We've made it a little bit larger. What you're seeing
Mhm.
right now is our reimagined sunset bar, which is very famous on a lot of our ships. And Nate Burke has helped reimagine this and created a lot more seating, as you can see.
Now, does any of that extraneous space have to be reserved ahead, or is it just
It does
first come,
not.
first serve? Good.
It's
Okay.
open for all guests, but a
Okay.
great place to enjoy a cocktail and a sail away. And then we
And
have
this
our
looks a
rooftop
lot
garden.
different.
Yes, we've added these two cantilevered float pools to really enhance the ability to
Nice.
use this space throughout the day, which
That's
I
nice. It
really
really does make a difference. Uh,
absolutely. Our resort deck, we've
mhm.
enhanced this space as well. Tim Wright, our architect, has really helped enhance this space so guests feel like they're not on top of each other with additional seating, and of course that 25-yard lap pool to get to stay fit.
That's very nice. And I know that connects also over to the magic carpet and
Yes. And of course,
everything.
our redesigned retreat sun deck, specifically for guests in our retreat, creating some more intimate spaces,
Mhm.
our resort within a resort. And it's 2 levels now with an additional hot tub.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like you've given more space per guest than you've had on the edge or the apex. But I love
Absolutely. And
the
of course,
colors are still perfect.
yes, just so relaxing. Luminae has been
Mhm.
repositioned to more forward of the ship to allow 270-degree view to really feel more one at the sea with the Celebrity Beyond.
And this is still above the bridge, isn't it?
Correct. So
Okay.
really lending itself. And right
Yeah.
here as well, the iconic suite, the largest in our fleet, a beautiful 2,500 square foot space. Our edge
Mhm.
villas are like no other. I mean, it's just a
They are.
residence at sea with direct access to the retreat. You never have to leave your stateroom or your suite.
Right. And this is a little bit changed around from what I've seen before.
Absolutely. Our grand foyer is a meeting place, gathering place, really the heart of the ship, I would say.
Mhm.
Our redesigned chandelier, that famous martini bar, and it leads into this beautiful dining experience by Danielle Boulud, his first signature restaurant at sea, our culinary ambassador. And we're just so excited to for that for him and for us.
Oh, lovely. And of course the magic carpet.
The magic
Famous.
carpet. It is, whoever thought that they could put something on the side of the ship, position it at 5 different decks throughout the day, and taking it to new heights where you can literally dine on the edge. So we're just so excited to be welcoming Beyond to our family this April.
And I'll tell you one thing I like about the magic carpet is when it does descend to the water level to serve as your transition from the tenders to the ship. I've never felt more secure getting onto a tender rather than having something bounce up and down. And I've even watched people with wheelchairs being transitioned so simply by because it is such a stable platform, and with the boat with the tender attached, it really makes it lovely. And those Mercedes leather seats doesn't don't hurt either.
That's correct. Yeah, definitely making a more accessible space and the ability to
Yes.
just continue that luxurious experience on board, transitioning to those tender
Mhm.
ports around the
Yeah,
world.
it's very nice. Now, what have you done? Any big changes to the dining rooms that you can talk about? You have the cypress and
Yeah, absolutely. What I love is that we have those 4 main dining restaurants. So we've
Mhm.
taken away that main dining room experience and broken it up into 4 smaller restaurants to enjoy
Sure.
throughout your voyage. And we really redesigned Cyprus here, our Mediterranean themed. She's beautiful on Edge and Apex, but Beyond, I think, just really lives up to the name where we continue to
Mhm.
go beyond our expectations and really push the limit. And the new exclusive menus in Cyprus, along with increased seating capacities in all venues, which is
Oh,
great.
nice. And the Normandy, I know just for ship buffs, and I am a cruise ship buff, I know the Normandy was a famous ocean liner from the 30s,
Mhm.
and you owned, well, Celebrity owned several very famous pieces from it. I know one was a glass wall backed with gilded gold that's in the
Mhm.
Normandy restaurant. So I know you have something historical that'll be going on the ship.
Yes, we always feature little artifacts from the Normandy within the Normandy restaurants
Mhm.
on all 3 ships.
Okay, very nice. The retreat, the ship within a ship, or
Mhm.
resort, as you call it, within the ship. Tell us a little bit about who that's good for and what makes it so special.
The retreat is perfect for the celebrity guests, those that love to have everything included, never have to lift a finger while they're on vacation. Every suite within the retreat does come with a personal retreat host. You have the exclusivity of your own restaurant, your own sun deck, and your own private lounge. So you have that inclusivity and that
Mhm.
exclusivity along with those larger ship amenities that celebrity offers.
And is there separate check-in for the retreat guests?
There is. So retreat guests do receive priority embarkation
Mhm.
and their own private waiting area as well.
Good. And then they have the concierge who can take care of all of their, if they haven't done shore excursions, they can deal with them on board, but definitely we
Absolutely.
encourage you to book ahead of time.
As do we. Of course, we want you to get the excursions
Mhm.
that you want, and booking ahead of time is the best way to ensure that.
Excellent.
And that retreat is not only an indoor, there's the outdoor piece.
Yes.
I mean, it's all encompassing.
It
It's
is.
probably
And
just no,
go
Christina,
ahead.
what were you saying? No, I was
I'm
just
just
gonna
saying that
say,
it is so inclusive.
Go, Bob, go. Bob
that's
first.
okay. Okay. I am just gonna say that of, many of the ships that are adding this feature, many of the cruise lines, the retreat has done it 100% perfect. Others need, yeah, they're nice, but this is, well, let's call it's beyond.
Yes, just that. And I think really
Nice.
adding the space of making it 2 decks on beyond, allowing more space for our guests in their retreat to really spread out and relax and just enjoy that
Mhm.
that resort deck has to offer.
The pool deck. An elephant, I love it. I think the edge has a butterfly. That's
Yes,
sort of
I
a
mean,
silhouette butterfly, yes.
Celebrity does such an amazing job. I mean, I really feel like it's an art gallery at sea.
Mhm.
You can continue to walk through the ship
Yes,
and
yes.
see new artwork throughout the ship throughout your entire voyage. And what I love
Yeah.
so much are the pieces that we install on the resort deck. Yes, the edge has the butterfly wings. The apex has the heart, the hands making the heart. And then
Yeah.
I love this one with the man with an elephant on his back. I love elephants, so this one really speaks to me. There will be lots of Instagram
Oh.
posts.
And that whole, now this is the what am I
Rooftop,
looking at now?
the rooftop garden.
Okay. All right. Okay, there's the pool. Okay, I was looking for it and I didn't see the pool. I see it over on the top of the picture.
Mhm.
There are
Very
so
nice.
many areas outdoors, which is really cool because I mean, normally with the traditional ship, you think of all of these different venues inside, and then
Mhm.
you have the pool deck, and then
Right.
maybe
Yes.
something at the top. But there's just so many different areas outdoors, with such cool architecture. It's beautiful to
And
see.
that was your outdoor movie area, wasn't it?
It was. So I really feel like the rooftop garden has
It is, yeah.
it is a hybrid really of our earlier
Mhm.
ships where we feature a rooftop terrace and our Solstice class which features that lawn club. So really taking those
Yes.
components of being an area upstairs where you can relax and watch a movie or games, but
Mhm.
also it's this living and breathing garden and bringing that aspect of flora to the sea. So it's a really cool and unique space, and to have live music there in the evening as well as a dining venue up on top as well.
Mhm.
And then another evening spot, of course, is the magic carpet, or it anytime day. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that for people unfamiliar.
Absolutely. So the magic carpet is this amazing place that is so transformative throughout the day. It has 4 different places where it will stop: decks 2, 5, 14, and 16. And at each different deck, it's a different experience.
Mhm.
So as we were speaking to deck 2 being a tender experience, deck 5, it's an extension of our Sushi on 5 restaurant. 14, an extension of the pool deck, and deck 16 is where you can really have dinner on the edge, and you're really, you're 16 decks above sea level and just staring out into that beautiful bright blue ocean.
Yeah.
Very
A
neat.
gorgeous setting.
And then even more and more bars.
Of
More
course.
bars, what's so funny is that in designing Beyond, they're like, we need to put more bars on Beyond. So we've added, we've enhanced. It's
Mhm.
really a cocktail lover's delight, I would say.
And is craft social for is that for crafted beers or things like that?
Yes, there's a great selection of craft beers. There's also some really great pub snacks there, and it's just a great place to meet. It sits right outside the casino, and so that's where you'll always find the games on, but also
Okay.
a great place to grab some crafted beers.
Okay. Very
And
nice.
what's a world-class bar?
So the World Class Bar, while it's making its Edge series debut, it's actually featured on our Solstice Class ships as well, where it is where these molecular mixologists make these
Mhm.
delicious beverages. So
Yeah.
we're debuting it on Celebrity Beyond for the Edge class. Very
So
excited.
very nice. That always was a nice feature on the Solstice Class. I've had people say they missed it
Hmm.
on the Edge.
Yes. So we heard them and we listened to them.
Wonderful.
So we're
That
talking
celebrity
about
does that.
next, where can you go on Celebrity Beyond?
So this is what I absolutely love about our Edge class so far, which has debuted in the Mediterranean, which means it has this beautiful summer sailing season. We all know how beautiful the Mediterranean is during the summer. And then it'll move over to the Caribbean in the fall. So the best of both worlds for all guests to experience.
And
Very
then she
good.
comes back in October,
November.
November? November.
Yes, November. We actually have a very unique sailing that I love is a 9-night Southern Caribbean where it will reposition from Cape Liberty, New Jersey to Fort Lauderdale. So I
Mhm.
call it the Snowbird repositioning, which is great for those
Yeah.
snowbirds as it starts to get a little chilly up north
Mhm.
and make their way down south.
So this, as the early as this summer, you can be on Beyond in Europe, and you can embark in either Barcelona, Rome, or Southampton, it looks like.
That's correct. So she'll initially sail from Southampton, and then we'll have open jaw 9-night from Barcelona or from Rome. And these are just gorgeous, pinnacle European cities.
So the maiden voyage is from Southampton to Barcelona?
Yes.
Okay.
And then she'll be moving over to the Caribbean.
Yes.
She will be, and we're so excited, sailing from Fort Lauderdale, where she'll join her sisters Edge and Apex. So we'll have all three sailing from Fort Lauderdale this November.
Now,
Yeah, the
just to get
Caribbean is
us
a
a little
lovely
bit in the
destination.
what was that, Bob?
I was just saying the Caribbean's a lovely destination, and I know some of the ports are really special.
Well, and it's convenient for our Central Floridians right here in
Yes.
Orlando. It's a great way we can be on that brand new ship very soon. But I was going to say, to get us in the mood, let's take a look at one of the ports that you will be able to visit on Celebrity Beyond this fall, and that is Cozumel. So let's
Mhm.
get in the mood.
Visit the idyllic island of Cozumel in Mexico with Celebrity Cruises. This stunning destination has everything you could want in a tropical getaway, including endless sunshine, white sand beaches, and world-class snorkeling. But there's more to do here than simply lounging by the water. Take a ride through the jungle to visit ancient Mayan ruins, savor delicious local cuisine, and go swimming with dolphins. A day in Cozumel offers unlimited opportunities for fun under the sun.
I would like to be there right now.
Absolutely.
It's been very chilly for us here in Florida these past few days, so I'm ready to go to the beach.
Have you had any
Well-
of the iguanas falling out of the trees that they talk about in South Florida because of the cold?
I personally haven't seen them, but I've seen the reports, and that's quite enough for me.
Very good. Well, this looks like it's the sailing itinerary that we're looking about for the Beyond for the Caribbean through 2023.
Yes, so lots of different options available at the top left, that 9-night that I was speaking about, that repositioning, and then
Mhm.
some really great holiday sailings over Christmas and New Year's with 8 nights, and of course, visiting Cozumel, Mexico. It's one of our favorite ports. And then introducing some new ports, including Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, which people are raving about, and some really great reviews on that island as well.
Awesome. And then we can just jump back. I know that we did miss this slide all about those ones in Europe. I know there's a couple that you mentioned, and maybe some
okay.
ones you want to highlight.
Yeah, that 10-night Western European, the maiden voyage for Celebrity Beyond, from April 27th out of Southampton to
Mhm.
Barcelona. And then that 9-night Italy and France, those 10-night Greek islands and Malta, really touching all of the points in Europe that I think are really looking forward to people getting to, having missed a lot of travel over the past 2 years. So I definitely think that's top on a lot of to-do lists.
Mhm.
There's a very
Definitely.
nice variety. It's I mean, for that opening season, it's not, just 1 or 2 sailings repeating after another. There's just quite, all the options there. So if there's some ports that you haven't, you've done Mediterranean before, maybe 1 or 2 times, but here you might be able to find something really unique that you haven't, done in the
Yeah, and
past.
just so jam-packed with islands and destinations. And we really are focusing on spending a lot more time in the islands to allow, and to the ports that we visit, for guests to really
Mhm.
have that immersive, culturally immersive experience.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Um,
That's the biggest complaint. People don't have time in a lot of the ports to experience them.
Absolutely.
So there's some, obviously elephant in the room. People are still not sure. Can we cruise? What's going on? So what is Celebrity stance on all of this going on?
So, of course, your health and safety and the health and safety of our crew are top of mind always. But we know that you want to feel confident in booking with Celebrity Cruises and your travel partners.
Mhm.
So, we've got you covered. We are offering Cruise with Confidence for all bookings made through March 31st of 2022, for sailings through September 30th of 2022. And you can cancel up to 48 hours prior for any reason and receive a 100% future cruise credit to be used by December 31st, 2022, or 1 year from your original sail date. So we want to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident in sailing with Celebrity Cruises.
So, if I can just to clarify, if I book a cruise that's sailing August 15th of 2022, I have to cancel. I get a future cruise credit. I have to use it by August 15th, 2023, correct? It's
That's
from the
correct.
sailing. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
as long as it's booked by the 31st, it comes underneath
Yep,
that
and that's free. That's
cover.
not an additional charge. That is right now included with all
Okay.
bookings made through March 31st.
Okay. So you can
And
still
and
book with confidence.
in case there's anyone, listening that hasn't been following all of these Cruise with Confidence up until
Mhm.
now, I just want to repeat that concept. You can book, if you book by March 31st of this year, you for sailings through September of this year,
Mhm.
you can cancel up to 48 hours prior for any reason. And you have these FCCs carrying forward. I mean, that's is that correct, Christina?
Yes, that is.
So I think
And for
that's a huge one. Go ahead,
yeah,
Bob.
FCC is future cruise credit. So
Yes.
you're not going to get a cash back except for some of your taxes and things, but the bulk of your fare will go onto a future cruise credit that can be applied to anything.
And thus it's that Cruise with Confidence that you don't have to worry for whatever reason you're not
Right.
comfortable, you don't want to go, you can cancel up to 48 hours
Mhm.
prior. I mean, that's great. But you have that locked in rate. If you book now, you can get that beautiful rate and then it can carry forward if you don't want to proceed by then. Great.
Absolutely.
And then what is
Christina,
this?
how far out are your protocols for vaccinations and testing? How far out do you go at this point?
As of right now, they are in place through the end of February, but we will expect an update to that coming
Okay.
forth.
All right, very good. And this is great. This is COVID-19. If you get it, you're covered. Want to tell them a
Yes.
little bit about about the protocols that we got for that?
Of course, while we absolutely hope that this does not happen to you on your vacation, just know that Celebrity Cruises has your back. We have you covered. So it's covered from the time that you have to take your pre-cruise testing, or even before that. If you test positive within 14 days of your sailing, you'll receive a full refund. So that's a full refund back to your original form of payment if you test positive within 14 days of your cruise. If you test positive at the cruise port, or at the 48-hour prior to sailing test that we do require, you will also receive a full refund.
Let's just say, though, it's not a home test that tells if you're positive. It has to be a lab administered or an EMED document.
Correct.
And how does it affect the people you're traveling with?
So it will cover you and your immediate family, the people who are traveling within your cabin.
Okay.
If you do happen to test positive while on board, we do offer up to a 100% refund of cruise fare. We have medical coverage on board. We have amazing protocols in place for our guests that do happen to test positive. And then, of course, incremental land-based isolation and air costs for you and your traveling party if necessary.
Yes, I know in the past that you've provided free airfare home, free private planes home when this first started before we were that familiar with it. And I know that was appreciated by several guests.
Yes. And we still do offer that if it's medically necessary to evacuate them off the ship, of course.
Well, we're about to end our show today. We're getting to that half-hour mark, but before we end, we're going to have a beautiful video in a second about all of the venues and the food on board Celebrity Beyond. But before we get to that, I just want to check, Bob, any final notes, and then we're going to end with you, Christina, on any final notes about Celebrity Beyond.
Well, the only thing, and you just brought it up, and I don't know why I didn't mention it before, but the food. The food is spectacular. Your chefs outdo each other in terms of what their offerings are, in terms of freshness, in terms of unique recipes. I should have brought it up earlier, but it's such a given that celebrity's known for food. I'm like, oh, no, that's all right. We don't need to mention it. But it is good.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Our culinary really is taken to the next level with every chef that we have. Our culinary ambassador, Cornelius Gallagher and Danielle Balloud, working closely together, overseeing 300 chefs and just continuously evolving the plates that are put in front of our guests and the offerings that are there as well.
Excellent.
Great. Well, any final words, Christina, for guests considering to join a cruise with Celebrity or even joining Celebrity Beyond?
Well, Celebrity Beyond is actually starting her sea trials today with Captain Kate McHugh. So we're very excited for Captain Kate to test drive her new baby, Celebrity Beyond. But in addition to that, we have gorgeous vessels that continue to sail throughout the world. And we're so excited because Celebrity Infinity has just been announced to sail the Caribbean this summer. So offering 7-night Eastern and Western itineraries, really adding to a wonderful Caribbean portfolio already. So check out those Celebrity Infinity because she is beautiful and joining us in Fort Lauderdale very soon.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Christina, for joining us and just getting us introduced to Celebrity Beyond. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today and listening. And if you're looking to book with Celebrity or any type of travel you may want, just contact us at gotravel.com and we will connect you with a specialist to get you on your way. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Tuesday right here. And let's watch this beautiful video about all the food on Celebrity Beyond. Bye.